going on, Jason?
Look at us in the
Beautiful.
nosebleeds, where we belong. Let's go, Liam.
Kind of.
Hello.
Come on, my guy.
Does it kind of give you chills seeing what they're doing
Yeah,
behind
I
us on
know.
the ice right
I
now?
know.
It's
I
pretty
don't
cool.
really. I wanted to snap a picture, but I was like, I don't want to spoil it for folks at home, and it's going to be a beautiful ceremony, whoever wins. So
Yeah.
it's been a great. I mean, it's been a great Stanley Cup Finals. Like, come on. Like,
I mean, even when we talked to you a week ago and the series was made 3-1 at that point, we were getting ready for Game 5. To think we were going to be back here for a seventh was still seemingly a bit of a stretch at that point. What's impressed you the most about this Oilers turnaround?
just resiliency. They're getting great goaltending from Skin. I mean, his numbers in games 4 to 7 are absolutely staggering. 10-0 right now, and I mean, Connor did Connor things. I think when Knobloch put together that third line of Henrique, Janmark, and Brown, that really shifted the series, and they haven't really, Florida hasn't found a way to kind of counteract that. And all this without really Leon being Leon. I thought he was skating better last game, but he struggled a little bit. But I mean, this team top to bottom has just been playing phenomenal. And listen, first 3 games is all Florida. Last 3 Edmonton. It's a coin flip, and it's just I'm just gonna enjoy it. Honestly, I'd love. Listen, if Edmonton wins, what a storyline! So poetic, Connor. But whoever wins, it's gonna be. It's just like, as a hockey fan, just sit back and watch and enjoy this game, because we're not going to see a finals like this for a long time, I don't think.
No, and we talked with Frank at the beginning of his hit with us, and it was like, hey, when you look at the McDavid angle, when you look at the 3-0 series lead being erased now, and you look at the other side, like Bobrovsky's legacy, Paul Maurice's legacy is a guy, he's coached more games in the NHL than anyone right now, and he doesn't have a ring yet. This is his 3rd trip to the finals. Like, the legacies that are on the line, the Canadian Cup drought, the 3-0 deficit, this is a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final on steroids tonight.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to hurt. You're going to kind of be like, yeah, whoever wins, obviously Oilers fans are going to Oilers winning, but you're going to feel for the other side. Like, you're going to feel for Maurice. You're going to feel for Bobrovsky, Kachuk, those guys, Barkov. These guys have had phenomenal years. And Okposo, he's his first look at a final. This might be his last year.
Yeah, this could be his last game tonight.
This could be his last game. So there's just so many storylines. And then obviously Connor losing out on this after just putting together such an incredible season, and all the guys in Edmonton that I've kind of got the chance of knowing and having a pleasure to know and call, teammates at one point. It's just going to be sad either way, but also it's just going to be so bittersweet. We're all going to be cheering no matter what happens, but we're all going to be really, really bummed that it's over. And we got to go into the summer and right into free agency. So it's
darn time off. Who wants that?
Who needs that? Hey, right to work.
It's insane to think that the draft is like 4 days away, free agency 7 days away. That's what you get when a series goes 7 games like this. Liam, you got anything?
I don't. I mean, I just can't believe the Oilers are here. I guess from your perspective, Jason, like, you were with this team for parts of last season and the preseason and all that stuff. And this year, Chris Knobloch had a quote. I think Spector asked him. It was like, everyone says like teams believe, but does this team truly believe? What does that even mean? And Knobloch said that he had been on teams that he had coached that he had said they believe, but he actually didn't feel that. Was when you've been around this group, when you were playing, is there something that maybe would indicate that this team is tighter than other teams, I guess you could say?
I think they've, more so than last year, I think they've learned, how to be a team. And, part of that is the group of guys around in that room and the coaching staff. It's something that can't really be taught, and you either have it or you don't, but you got to build to it as well. Like, you got to build that chemistry and that trust. And whether you like guys outside the rink or not, you need a mutual respect, and you need to be, because all you guys are going for a common goal. So I think they've kind of developed that, and you could call it Connor's leadership. I thought he's taken leaps and bounds forward on his leadership this year. Bringing in Corey Perry, just huge. And then all the surrounding cast. I feel like everybody supports everybody. There's a lot, like we said, there's so many cool storylines within each team. And even with Knobloch coming in and Paul Coffey and guys that have, Paul Coffey's won, and Knobloch's coming in just so poised and calm and really just letting guys know, like, hey, just if we play our game, we're going to be good. Stay poised. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. And they've kind of embodied that, just that calmness and that wherewithal to stay in the moment. And I've been using that a lot. It's when I played, and I wasn't lucky enough to get into a finals, but the thing I was always told by veteran guys that have won and what I've seen is just stay in the moment. When you stay in the moment, you're able to do so many great things. If you don't get too hung up on what you did or what you're about to do, just worry about what's next, and that this moment is what's next. So just stay with it and play your game. So I feel like they've really embodied that and never really wavered. So it's an incredible story, and what an awesome year for Oilers fans. I hope they don't take this year for granted, because all the ups and downs. I mean, I don't know if you'll see a season like this by a team, let alone a Stanley Cup Finals like this. So I think everybody's watching tonight. It's a privilege to kind of be here with you, my man. It's been a wild ride. We rocked and we rolled.
It's been unreal.
And it's over.
It's over tonight. Totally. I'm very distracted because there's two people in the chat who I think are setting each other up on a date.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot. I fly in on the 30th.
It's very weird, Tyler, but hey.
Are you tracking this back behind the scenes? Like, I'm not reading this wrong, right? Like, they're definitely trying to set up a date.
No,
here.
Doug Wade and Sadistic Angel. Dude, maybe you can officiate their wedding.
Wow.
Maybe if it ever gets to that point.
Sadistic Angel. What a tagline.
And someone pretending to be Doug Wade.
Wow.
The chat's a mess, but I mean,
actual Doug Wade.
We got
Tinder Nation, Oilers Nation, Tinder Nation.
Tinder Nation. Hey, 2,700 people in there right now. Two of them are bound to like each other. So
go get it, girl.
One of the things I was really fired up about, not just in the Cup Finals, seeing the Oilers on the ice, all that stuff, but I talked about it on the show. I was so excited for outside people in the hockey world to experience Edmonton at its absolute best in June. Sun's up till 10:45. Weather's beautiful. It's not like February where you come and it's cold and snowy. You want to stay inside. What have you made of Edmonton, both in the arena and outside of the arena?
I mean,
has it changed your perspective of the city a little bit?
I mean, I always knew playing, and I'd visited there during free agency.
Yeah.
I'm sure I get there, so I've seen it. I know what Alberta is in the summertime. It's beautiful, and I mean, I just couldn't. The fans was just another level that I've never seen, and that rink. I've been in the Shark Tank, and the Shark Tank was probably one of the louder rinks because that roof is a lot lower, and when we had those runs, I mean, you couldn't hear yourself think. As soon as you touch the puck, place to go bananas. But that building, I mean, I get chills talking about it now. I got chills throughout the whole game. I just literally stood up and walked around. I mean, it was, if I was a player that was contemplating, where to go play in Canada, where to sign, I would send that video of Game 6 out to every free agent and be like, if you want to experience this and win and experience this kind of level of just pure elation from fans and psychosis in the best way, like, come to Edmonton. And for all of Canada, like, just to show people back home and like people that are in the States that are watching this series, like, Canada's a different level come playoff time. Like the Vancouvers, we saw what they did. They rioted. We rag on Vancouver fans, but I mean, the passion they have is incredible. You go to Montreal, like, that building would be nuts. Even when they're final during the COVID time, I mean, they were allowed to bring some fans in, and it was still crazy, those games, and it wasn't even half capacity. And then you look at the Calgary. I mean, Saddle Dome would be incredible. Toronto, who knows? Because all the corporates would probably ruin it. But maybe not Toronto, but the rest of them, Ottawa. It's just Canada fans. They want this, and they show up for their team when they're winning, and they show up in the playoffs. And I mean, they carried that team 2 of those games. Game 4, I feel like, is 90% the Edmonton Oilers fans the reason they won that game 8-1. They just shook Florida to their core and took a team that looked like they were unflappable and flapped them up pretty bad. So I just think it's such a testament to the fans and the dedication they have. And, when they get rewarded, it's amazing to see. So
one more just on tonight, looking at last game, I think that was the worst Florida's looked in this series. I think they looked worse in game 6, even than in the 8-1, when that one was at least tight for the first half of the game. I felt like the Oilers really, really controlled the pace of play in game 6, and that's encouraging leading into tonight from an Oilers perspective. Also, the fact that Connor and Leon were both quiet. They're not both going to be quiet for 2 straight games. What other things are you looking at tonight, or what are some keys to victory, I guess, for the Oilers?
They've cracked the forecheck, and that's been the one thing no one's been able to do in this playoff series, and they've cracked it with their speed. The speed of Edmonton's on a different level, and I think Florida thinks they can play the same way they've done and just kind of stay on top of you and continually forecheck, pinch. But all Edmonton needs is one stride, and they're gone. So I think they're going to – I don't think there's going to be a huge adjustment, but I think they're going to be more wary of it in Florida tonight. And I think they just got to get to their forecheck game, which they haven't been able to do because, they dump the puck more than any team in the league, and they have even more so in the playoffs. And Edmonton's found a way to get Skinner more touches, and he's moved the puck beautifully. And that's led to so much more offense and so much more controlling the play. So if they do that again, I mean, they're going to be raising the cup. So I'm interested to see how they adjust and how they kind of manage that this game.
I don't know what it is about our chat or about having you on the show that makes our chat as horny as it does. But Tyler Mulick said population boom coming in 9 months. Sasky oil fan said, I wish I was single. I need a hockey man. So yeah, it's a weird one.
I saw what the.
Christopher wants to know what jersey he should wear tonight. He wants you to make the call: Clefbaum, Eberle, or McDavid.
The obsession with Clefbaum in Edmonton is so wild.
This fan base loves Oscar Clefbaum. When they put him up on the screen, holy shit,
wild.
Insane.
He was there for how many games?
Well, he played 6 seasons.
6 seasons.
Yeah, it would have been more than 200.
And I mean, it's sad the way he kind of ended for him. I mean, you got to go McJesus.
Yeah.
Make mullet. You have to. You can't not. Don't stray. Don't try to jinx him by not wearing his jersey. Just wear it and just enjoy. Just revel in his greatness. I've been getting so much flack. I went on Dan Patrick's show today, and
really?
They asked, is McDavid in the conversation? I said McDavid for me is top 3 all time
already.
And I was like, if he wins tonight, he's in that conversation for one, because he's still got 10 years left in a body of work. Oh, people went bananas.
I kind of said that to Frank too. I was like, Frank, if McDavid leads the team to pull this off, he's right with Gretzky. And Frank wanted me to throw cold water on it, and I believe it.
And I'm not saying it as an Edmonton fan. I'm just saying look at what he's doing right now, and also look at his body of work. And also people go, well, he hasn't won this many cups. I'm like, Gretzky, you need a lot of things right to win a cup. You need a team. It's one of the only sports where you can't just win with one player.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Gretzky had phenomenal teams with him when he won. And he was playing against a lot of guys that were working 2 jobs. And especially early on, he in this era.
No salary cap. They had 6. Again, I don't want to diminish the Dynasty Oilers, but
it's amazing dynasty.
6, 7 Hall of Famers. You couldn't keep 6, 7 Hall of Famers on a hockey team anymore.
No, and honestly, for what he's done in the technology that's in this era, the goalies, there's way less room to shoot on the net. There's way less room to score. And the parity between him and the second best player in the league, I mean, and majority of players, you can argue McKinnon's close to him and things like that as a player, but he is just on another level. And how much better he is than everybody, what he's doing in this era where everybody's so good. Every kid is dedicated. They're playing they're one sport athletes that are playing since they're 12 years old. They know way more than they did when they were playing back in the day of hockey. They know how to play, better skaters, all this and that. And he still manages to dominate like it's a video game. So, again, you keep Gretzky where he is, but, I just said all the gatekeepers out there. I'm like, he's coming. Just leave the nostalgia at home. It's great. But, right now, it's, incredible to watch live. And I'm saying that as somebody, not because I played for the Oilers for a cup of coffee and was in training camp, and just watch him, just put the camera on him every day, listen to what he says, listen to what he does on a night-to-night basis, and just enjoy it.
All right, love it as always, Jason. Thanks for swinging up here, running the stairs.
I know.
I got one.
Get my workout.
Oh, Liam Liam's gonna speak. What up, Liam?
I just want to say, firstly, thank you for doing our show. You've been a great addition, and everyone in the chat loves you. It's been great to have you on. Secondly, will you be coming to Edmonton for the parade next week?
Hell no. I need some time off. I'm exhausted. I got to go work the awards, and then I am taking a week to do what Sadistic Angel and Doug Wood's trying to do with my wife. So I need to go see my wife.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I want to say see you in Vegas, but I'm only going to Vegas if the Oilers lose. So I really hope I don't see you in Vegas.
I saw that AI Stratomatic machine, so I saw the predictor.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Thanks, Jason. We got to get to Rafi Torres here in a couple minutes too. But Jason.
Tell Tico, what's up, baby?
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Jason.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.